Good morning, room 32. Today you are going to get to listen to your very first YouTube math lesson with Mrs. Hirsch. And we're working on lesson 19. And lesson 19's learning target is apply the distributive property to decompose units. And remember, when I say distributive property, all we're doing is we're really going to break apart our array and solve with decomposing our units or breaking our equations into smaller numbers so it's easier to solve. And that's our learning target for today. What I want you to do on your whiteboard is, first, we're not actually going to use it the wide way. We're going to use it the tall way today. So make your whiteboard the tall way because we're going to draw a tall array. We're going to draw an array that has 12 rows of 2. So draw the same array with me right now. We have 12 rows, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's our 12 rows, and I said there will be 2 circles in each row, so here's our 2 circles in each row. Drawing those now. You should have that on your whiteboard as well. So here is our array that we're going to use right now. Right next to your array, I want you to write this division equation that we're trying to solve for. 24 divided by 2 equals, that's what we're going to try to solve right now. Let's use this array. We can see there are 24 dots total. What I want you to do right now is draw a line after the 10th row because we're going to break this array apart or we're going to distribute it. So I'm going to draw a line after my 10th row. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's my 10th row. I'm drawing a line after my 10th row. We're going to write a division equation to represent just this part of the array. We're actually going to write 2 division equations because that's the distributive property, but first we're just going to write one for the top part of our array. And we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. We have 20 circles now, so I'm going to write right next to this part 20 divided by 2 equals, and how many 2's are above the line? How many rows of 2? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 20 divided by 2 equals 10 because we have 10 rows of 2 out of our array of 20 circles. We're also going to write a division problem for this second part of our array down here. We can't forget about these last 4 circles. How many circles do we have total? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 divided by, how many are in one row? There's 2. So 4 divided by 2 equals, well, we can do this mental math in our head, equals 2. We're going to rewrite this equation to show 2 quotients. And I'm just going to do that right in the middle of my whiteboard where I still have some room. So right here. We're going to rewrite this addition as an addition of 2 quotients. So we're going to write blank divided by 2. And remember those parentheses, plus blank divided by 2, and those parentheses equals blank divided by 2. So we're going to fill in the totals. Well, what's our first total? 20, because that's the first part of our array, divided by 2, plus 4 divided by 2, equals our whole equation, which is up here, 24 divided by 2. So we've distributed our array into two different parts. We broke it into two different parts. Really small right below, we're going to write our answers, and we have our quotients or our answers to each equation at the end. We already solved them. So 20 divided by 2 is 10, plus 4 divided by 2 is 2, equals 24 divided by 2. Well, what's 10 plus 2? 12. So 24 divided by 2 is 12. We can see that right up here. 24 divided by 2, our answer is 12. We added the quotients of the two smaller equations to find the quotient of our large equation right here, right here. And our answer was 12. We're going to try this again with another array. So let's erase our whiteboards, and we're going to do it one more time with one more problem. And I'm going to try to do a better job of leaving us some room to write our equations. Here is our new array. Make sure we can see our whole whiteboard. Here's our new array. Now our array is going to have 13 rows of 2. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Here's 13 rows, and there's 2 in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, here is our array of 13 rows, and there's 2 in each row. This array right now is showing us, well, let's skip count by 2s to find out our total in this array. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Great. This array is showing us 26 divided by, how many are in each row? 2 equals, well, we don't know yet. That's what we're going to use the distributive property to help us solve. So we are going to, just like we did before, we're going to draw a line after the 10th row of this array. So let's see where our 10th row is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's our 10th row. We're drawing a line right after our 10th row. Now to show that distributive property, we're going to write two different equations. One equation for this part of the array, and I'm putting a blue box around. And after, we're going to write another equation for this part of the array, because we broke the array into two different arrays. So now we need two equations. So our first equation on this side is going to be 20 divided by 2 equals, we don't know yet. Let's see. Let's make sure there's 20 here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Our total number of circles is 20, and we're dividing it by 2. 20 divided by 2 equals, well, we have to figure out, if you break 20 in half, how many does that equal? Our second equation is going to be this second part of our array. Now we have 2, 4, 6. So our total here is 6. And again, we're dividing it by how many are in one row, which is 2. 6 divided by 2 equals, we need to find the answers to these two equations. So 20 divided by 2, we know that's 10 because we're just breaking 20 in half. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows. So we know 20 divided by 2 is 10. How many rows are down here? 1, 2, 3. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now at the bottom, we're going to rewrite this as the addition of two quotients. So we're going to use the equations that we've already written, and we're writing that down here. So we have 20 divided by 2 plus 6 divided by 2. And we always, when we're using the distributive property, we always write our equations in parentheses to show that we've broken the array into this equation and this equation. Equals, and then we have to write the whole equation or the whole array that we've broken it into. So 26 divided by 2. Now we need to write our answers. Well, we know 20 divided by 2. We know that answer right here. 20 divided by 2 is 10. Plus 6 divided by 2, that is 3. 10 plus 3 equals 13. So we know 26 divided by 2 equals 13.